Dino the dinosaur lived in a big, exciting world. The sun shone down on his home. Tall trees reached for the sky. Everywhere he looked, there was something interesting to see. Dino was a curious dinosaur. He wanted to know everything about his world. What was beyond the big green ferns? What did the clouds feel like? Dino was also an adventurous dinosaur. He didn't want to just stay in one place. He wanted to explore. Dino dreamed of seeing new places and having fun. Dino was a friendly dinosaur too. He loved meeting new creatures. He wanted to make friends with everyone he met. One morning, Dino was munching on some delicious leaves. The sun was shining brightly, casting a warm glow over the lush green forest. Dino loved these quiet mornings where he could enjoy his breakfast in peace. He looked up at the bright blue sky, watching the fluffy white clouds drift lazily by. The sky seemed endless, and it made Dino feel small yet curious about the world beyond his familiar surroundings. A thought popped into his head. What's beyond those mountains? Dino wondered. He had always seen the towering peaks in the distance, but he had never ventured close enough to see what lay on the other side. He had never been past the mountains. The mountains were like a giant wall separating his known world from the unknown. The idea of exploring beyond them filled Dino with a mix of excitement and nervousness. His family always stayed close to home. They believed it was safer to stay within the boundaries of their territory, where they knew every tree and stream. But Dino's adventurous spirit made him yearn for more, but Dino felt a thrill of excitement. The thought of discovering new places and meeting new creatures made his heart race. He imagined all the wonders that could be waiting for him just beyond those mountains. He wanted to see what was on the other side. The horizon seemed to call out to him, promising adventures and new experiences. Dino knew he couldn't ignore this feeling any longer. Dino knew he couldn't just leave without a plan. He needed to be smart about his journey. He had to think about what he would need to survive the trip and how he would find his way back home. I need to be prepared, he thought. He remembered the stories his elders told about the dangers of the unknown, but he also remembered the tales of great discoveries and adventures. So, Dino gathered some juicy berries. He knew he would need food to keep his energy up during the long journey. The berries were his favorite, and he picked the ripest ones he could find and filled his water pouch. Water was essential, and he made sure to fill his pouch to the brim from the clear, cool stream that ran through his home. He knew it would be a long journey. He checked his supplies one last time, making sure he had everything he needed. His heart was pounding with anticipation. With a heart full of excitement, Dino set off towards the mountains. Each step he took was filled with determination and curiosity. The path ahead was unknown, but Dino was ready to face whatever came his way. He couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited him. The world was vast and full of mysteries, and Dino was eager to uncover them all. His journey had just begun, and he was ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Dino walked for hours. The forest was dense, filled with towering trees and thick underbrush. Each step he took was deliberate as he navigated through the maze of foliage. The sounds of distant roars and chirps of smaller creatures filled the air, creating a symphony of prehistoric life. Dino's eyes darted around, taking in the vibrant colors and movements of the forest. He was on a mission, though he wasn't quite sure what he was looking for. All he knew was that he had to keep moving forward. The sun climbed high in the sky, casting long shadows on the ground. The heat was becoming intense, and the air was thick with humidity. Dino could feel the sweat forming under his scales, making each step a bit more challenging. He paused for a moment, looking up at the blazing sun, and wondered how much longer he could keep going without a break. It was getting hot. Dino took a big gulp of water from his pouch. The cool liquid was refreshing, and he could feel it revitalizing his tired body. He knelt down by a small stream, splashing water on his face and taking another long drink. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the lush greenery around him. Dino felt a surge of energy and determination. He knew he had to stay hydrated if he wanted to continue his journey. He felt the sun on his scales, warming him up. The sensation was both comforting and energizing. Dino stretched his long neck, feeling the muscles loosen up. He took a moment to bask in the sunlight, letting it recharge him. The warmth seeped into his bones, giving him the strength to carry on. He saw many amazing sights along the way. There were dinosaurs of all shapes and sizes, each one unique and fascinating. Some were grazing peacefully, while others were on the move, just like him. The diversity of life in the prehistoric world was astounding, and Dino couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and curiosity. He saw a group of dinosaurs with long necks like him, reaching high into the trees. Their movements were graceful and synchronized as they plucked leaves from the tallest branches. Dino watched in awe, feeling a connection to these magnificent creatures. They were Brachiosaurus, just like him, and seeing them filled him with a sense of belonging. "Those are Brachiosaurus!" Dino exclaimed. "Just like me!" He felt a surge of pride and excitement. It was the first time he had seen others of his kind, and it made him feel less alone. He watched them for a while, studying their behavior and learning from them. It was a moment of discovery and connection that he would cherish forever. Dino also saw dinosaurs with 3 horns and big frills around their heads. They were Triceratops, and they looked formidable. Their horns were sharp and intimidating, and their frills were like shields, protecting them from predators. Dino admired their strength and resilience. "Wow, those Triceratops look strong," he said. He watched them graze peacefully, their powerful bodies moving with grace and purpose. Dino felt a sense of respect for these creatures. They were different from him, but they were part of the same world, and he knew he could learn a lot from observing them. He knew he could learn a lot about his world on this journey. Every step he took, every new sight he encountered, was a lesson in survival and adaptation. Dino was determined to soak up as much knowledge as he could. He wanted to understand the world around him, to become a part of it and to find his place in it. As the sun began to set, Dino found a cozy spot to rest for the night. The sky was painted with hues of orange and pink, and the air was cooling down. Dino felt a sense of peace as he settled down, knowing that he had made progress on his journey. He curled up under a big fern, its large leaves providing shelter and comfort. The ground was soft and cool, and Dino felt his body relax. He closed his eyes, listening to the gentle rustling of the leaves and the distant calls of other dinosaurs. It was a soothing symphony that lulled him to sleep. He was tired but happy. The day's journey had been long and challenging, but it had also been filled with wonder and discovery. Dino felt a sense of accomplishment and anticipation for what lay ahead. He knew that this was just the beginning of his adventure, and he was ready for whatever came next. His adventure was just beginning. With a heart full of hope and excitement, Dino drifted off to sleep, dreaming of the many adventures that awaited him. The prehistoric world was vast and full of mysteries, and Dino was eager to explore every corner of it. He knew that each day would bring new challenges and new discoveries, and he was ready to face them all. The next morning, Dino woke up to a strange sound. Clank, clank, clank. He peeked out from under the fern. He saw a dinosaur with plates and spikes all over its back. "Hello," Dino said. "What's your name?" "My name is Stega," the dinosaur said. "I'm a Stegosaurus. What about you?" "I'm Dino," he replied. "I'm on an adventure to see what's beyond those mountains. Have you ever been?" Stega shook her head. "It's too far. It's too dangerous." Dino wasn't scared. He knew that with a friend, anything was possible. "Come with me," Dino said. "It will be fun." Section 5. The Big River. Dino and Stega walked for days. They became the best of friends. They shared stories and laughed together. They also helped each other. One day they came to a rushing river. The water was too deep to walk across. "Oh no," said Stega. "How will we get across?" Dino thought for a moment. He remembered seeing large, flat rocks near the riverbank. "I have an idea," Dino exclaimed. He explained his plan to Stega. They could use the rocks as stepping stones to cross the river. Section 6. Teamwork time. Dino and Stega worked together as a team. They pushed and pulled the heavy rocks with all their might. It was hard work, but they didn't give up no matter what. Finally, they had created a path across the river, step by step. "We did it!" Dino cheered with joy. He was proud of their teamwork and determination. They had solved the problem together as a united team. Dino and Stega carefully stepped from one rock to the next cautiously. Soon they were safely on the other side of the river, relieved. They were one step closer to the mountains, their final destination. Section 7. Flying high. As they continued their journey, Dino and Stega noticed something flying high above them. It was a pterodactyl, a dinosaur with large wings. "Look," Dino shouted, "it's Terry the pterodactyl. He can fly." Terry landed gracefully beside them. "Hello, Dino. Hello, Stego. What are you two doing so far from home?" Dino explained their adventure. "We're going to see what's beyond those mountains." Terry tilted his head. "Beyond those mountains, that's where the big waterfall is. It's a magnificent sight. I can take you there if you'd like." Section 8. The Mystery of the Missing Plants. Terry flew Dino and Stego over the mountains. The view was incredible. They saw forests, rivers and vast plains. They finally arrived at the waterfall. It was truly amazing. But something wasn't right. The land around the waterfall was bare. There were no plants or trees. What happened here? Stego wondered aloud. Where did all the plants go? Dino noticed footprints in the dry earth. They were huge. "These footprints weren't made by any plant eaters I know," Dino said, his brow furrowed. "They looked like meat-eater footprints." They followed the footprints. They led to a group of large dinosaurs with sharp teeth and powerful jaws. They were Tyrannosaurus rex. Section 9. A lesson learned. Dino, Stego and Terry watched the Tyrannosaurus rex from a safe distance. They saw that the Tyrannosaurs had eaten all the plants in the area. That's why the land was bare. "We have to do something," Dino said. "The Tyrannosaurs will starve if they stay here." They knew they couldn't fight the Tyrannosaurs. They needed to find a peaceful solution. Suddenly Dino had an idea. Dino whispered his plan to Stego and Terry. They agreed to give it a try. They flew and walked for a long time. Finally, they found what they were looking for, a valley filled with lush green plants. Section 10. Dino's Big Adventure continues. In the heart of the prehistoric world, where the air was thick with the scent of ancient flora and the ground trembled with the footsteps of giants, Dino, Stego and Terry embarked on a journey that would change their lives forever. Dino, Stego and Terry returned to the Tyrannosaurs. The trio had been on a mission to find a new home for their friends, a place where they could live in peace and abundance. They made loud noises and flapped their wings. Their excitement was palpable and their movements were filled with a sense of urgency and purpose. The Tyrannosaurs were confused at first. They had never seen such a display of bravery and determination from the smaller dinosaurs. They had never seen anyone brave enough to approach them like this. The sight of Dino, Stego and Terry standing tall and unafraid was both surprising and inspiring. But Dino, Stego and Terry slowly led the Tyrannosaurs away from the waterfall and towards the valley. The path was long and winding, but the promise of a better future kept them moving forward. The Tyrannosaurs were amazed by all the food. They started eating immediately. The valley was a paradise, filled with lush vegetation and an abundance of prey. Dino, Stego and Terry were relieved. Their hard work had paid off, and they could finally rest knowing their friends were safe and well fed. They had solved the problem. The sense of accomplishment was overwhelming, and the trio celebrated with their friends, their hearts filled with joy and pride. Dino had learned so much on his adventure. He had faced challenges and overcome them, discovering strengths he never knew he had. He learned that friendship, problem-solving and curiosity were very important. These qualities had guided him through the toughest times and had helped him find solutions to seemingly impossible problems. He couldn't wait to see what other adventures awaited him. The world was vast and full of mysteries, and Dino was eager to explore every corner of it. He knew that as long as he had his friends by his side, anything was possible. Together they could face any challenge and conquer any obstacle, their bond growing stronger with each passing day.